Hello, my name is Steve M. Nash, and this is another 15 minutes of fame. And these videos get their name from the fact I start it at 15 minutes, and then I just talk for till the beeper goes. And I'm talking about people pleasing, approval seeking, and any other expression that comes to my mind that sums that up. And in true people-pleasing fashion, I have already shifted my chair so it's slightly more up. Before I was just really lounging backwards, and I decided to record this video about people-pleasing. Well, I had the idea earlier today, but just now the clouds are in the sky and there's a really nice light, and it's kind of, I guess it's a bit of a vanity thing, but it's like, oh look, that's a really nice light. That would make a lovely light for a video about people pleasing, about the thing that everybody knows that you shouldn't do, especially in relationships, especially as a parent, especially as a teacher, especially in friendships, especially in life. Approval seeking, the reek of approval seeking. Everybody knows that you really shouldn't do it, but peculiarly everybody does it. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. Some people do it less than others. Everybody does it still. So this video is about people pleasing, approval seeking. I guess I'll discuss how I people please, or how I have people pleased. But I'm going to share with you a theory about people pleasing. Something I see about people pleasing, about what's really happening when you people please. And I call it a theory of people pleasing, but it isn't a theory. It is a fact of people pleasing. And I'll tell you what the fact is right now. You never people please. You never people please. You're always pleasing yourself. Always pleasing yourself. That's the fact. People pleasing does not exist. Anyway, now I've just said that this doesn't exist, I will share with you an interesting quote about people pleasing. Right about now, I have no idea what that quote is, but I'll find one soon. Oh, again, in a people pleasing manner, please excuse me if I do that with my finger onto my nose. It's some kind of video habit I have. Some people don't like it. Sorry about that. Also, I'm filming this video in my garden. It's a Sunday evening. The birds are singing. There's a distant hum of cars on the road, and the somewhat joyous sound of children playing. So that's what you can hear, as well as me talking about people pleasing. So, people pleasing. Don't do it. Everybody knows that people pleasing is a foolish thing. Everybody. Everybody will give you advice that you really need to stop people pleasing. You really need to stop seeking approval. You know, you're good enough as you are. You're good enough as you are, Steve, you know. Everybody can give that advice. Everybody. Pretty much everybody, really. Even the person that you think is the most people-pleasing person you've ever met, they will give that advice to somebody else. Because deep down we know that people-pleasing is a foolish pursuit. It does not get us what we think it will get us. It gives us a short-term gain, but long-term pain. I don't know what that sound is, but it's great. I think it's fascinating. I'm just going to check my clock because I need to talk about the facts. But I am really fascinated by people pleasing, in how it exists, your understanding of how it exists and my understanding. I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated why everybody knows that you shouldn't people please, and yet everybody does it. That's really I'm really curious about that. I'm curious why it's so prevalent. So I want my family to approve of me, my parents to approve of me, to value me, to see me, my friends to get me, my girlfriend I really want her to get me. I want my mates to laugh at my jokes. I want to feel popular. Does any of that ring a bell with you? I want to be one of the popular people at work. The in crowd. The ones in the know. Now, I guess all of these sort of desires that we try and achieve via saying the right thing, laughing at the right time, wearing the right clothes, watching the right TV programs, not speaking up for ourselves. All of these things we sense will keep us safe. There's some kind of survival instinct to do with it. Staying safe in the group, staying safe in the herd, whichever herd it is. I guess if you're out of favour with the mother or the father, on an animal level, maybe you'll be the first to be discarded if times get hard. So from a survival point of view, I guess it makes sense. I guess people pleasing makes sense. Approval seeking makes sense. But we're not surviving like that anymore. We don't live like that anymore. Human beings do not live like that now. Also, as I've said, people pleasing gets on other people's nerves. Some people please a lot. Some people please very little. Some people please average. Some people take advantage of people pleasers. Generally, I think people pleasing annoys everybody. Brown nosing. It comes across as weak, inauthentic. You don't feel the person. You don't get who they are. They show you their masks. So, in one sense, it's a form of survival. In another sense, it's a really poor social skill. It really marks you out as being weaker. So whilst it seems to help survival, it also goes against that survival. As I said, I find people pleasing and its prevalence and its continued and the propagation of it, even though everyone says, your granny to the 2-year-old, if you ever listen to them, people pleasing is a foolish pursuit. It still continues. So, an admission, I people please a lot less than I used to do. But other people's opinions of me matter. Women's opinions of me matter. But, well, I won't go into why that could be, but sometimes that it matters more than it ought to do. But where I am, I'm much more okay with myself. Much more okay with myself. I people please far less than I used to do, but I used to be awful. Say the right thing. I'd still try and be myself. That beeper that you can hear is not the beeper for this video. I live in beeper heaven or hell, depending on your opinion of beepers. I used to people please. I think it was I was trying to understand how does things work? How does this group dynamic work? And I was trying to be myself, but I was also trying not to offend people. Came from confusion, never felt good. And even though I did people please and I did seek approval, even though I used to do that a lot, I also maintained an individuality as well. It was a very odd mixture. It was difficult. It was difficult. So, I have 4 minutes to go. Okay, so a few years ago I came across the inside-out understanding of the human experience via Michael Neal. He came across it via George Pransky. He came across it via Syd Banks. Syd Banks came up with a discovery, an understanding, an insight into the human experience called the 3 Principles. What really appealed to me about Michael Neal's sharing was the words inside out. So I'm interested in the 3 Principles, but I'm really interested in the inside out, taking 100% responsibility. 100%. Your experience of the world comes from the inside, not the outside. So, how does this relate to people pleasing? And I'm running out of time. So, I people please. Let's say I want a certain woman to find me attractive or to agree with my viewpoint on the world. If she doesn't, I feel inside myself a dissonance, an uncertainty. So she can have an opinion that says, "Yay, Steve," and I go, "Oh," or she could go, "Nay, Steve," and I will feel a disturbance inside me, and I do not like that. I do not like that disturbance. So if I please her better, maybe she'll come around and give me the yay. If somebody doesn't understand me as well as I'd like them to, I have a feeling inside me, it's a disturbance. If somebody is hostile towards me, I have a feeling inside me, it's a disturbance. If somebody laughs, if somebody likes me, if somebody really gets me, I relax, my defences go down. When somebody doesn't get me, when someone's hostile towards me, when somebody misunderstands me, I seem to have a default response of putting defence up, a defence. And even though the defence keeps me safe, I do not like the feeling of defence because it keeps me away from the world, keeps me in, doesn't let me out. I'm not fully expressing myself. I'm not truly being myself. So when I please other people, what I'm actually doing is managing how I feel inside, due to a misunderstanding of the inside-out nature of the human experience. There's an inner weather system that we all have, and the world seems to influence it. I feel happy, I see a baby, I go, oh. I watch some disaster on the news and I feel threatened, frightened, angry. And these internal feelings oscillating, vibrating, going up and down. Sometimes I'm unsure what to do with them. I need to try and control it. And so what I do is I try and control the outside. And one of the ways of me doing that is by people pleasing, by getting a favourable response in the outside. Thus, I feel a favourable response on the inside. When really, so what I'm doing when I'm sort of ingratiating myself with person X on the outside, I'm really making peace with person X on the inside, or feeling X on the inside. So I'm managing my inner feelings by trying to manage the outside world. I have 30 seconds left. So when I say people pleasing doesn't exist, it really doesn't. You're only ever trying to please yourself and the feelings inside yourself. That's all you're ever doing. All you're ever doing. It doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like that. It looks like you're trying to please your boss or your wife or your child. Time up. But really, it's due to a misunderstanding of how life works, how you create life from the inside. Due to that misunderstanding, believing the world is outside in, what's really going on when you try and control the outside is you're trying to make the inside feel better. When really we can be with whatever inside experiences we have. They're just inside us. It looks like it's the outside, but it is actually the inside. So next time you find yourself people-pleasing, approval-seeking, do me a favour and notice the feeling that's in your body. Notice the feeling that's in your body that you're trying to make go away. Just notice that feeling. Just do that for me. Whatever you think of what I've shared about people pleasing and how it's really pleasing yourself. You don't need to please yourself. You can just be okay with what comes. You don't need to please yourself. You can make peace with all of your experience from inside yourself. And if you can make peace with all of your experience from inside yourself, you can make peace with the outside. You can be much more at one with what goes on in the outside. So, I've really overrun, and I haven't quite shared this as I wanted to, but never mind. Next time you find yourself people-pleasing, don't berate yourself. Instead, notice what feeling you're trying to make go away inside your body. Please do that for me. Please do that for me. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve M. Nash, and I love talking about the inside-out understanding of the human experience, as does that bird there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Goodbye.